Hey, this is Mary from Camaj Fiber Arts, and today I want to show you how to prepare locks for your Brother Supercard. Now, the Brother Supercards are different because they have 3 drums, and the carding cloth is an industrial mill cloth. So it only takes 1 pass of a well-prepared fiber. It does only hold 3 ounces, but try to get over that it only holds 3 ounces only because you can make more batts. I'm not sure why people get hung up on the fact that they want like 10-ounce batts, but if you can cut your time in half by only putting the bat through 1 time, and you have a smooth bat. If you do a lot of production carding at home but don't want to get a big $45,000 machine, this might work for you. Okay, so these are some beautiful Corriedale locks, and I would not put them honestly through many carders like this. Some carders say you can put it through like this, but guaranteed you're going to put it through a couple more times to get it nice and smooth. So what I do is you can either pick them apart by hand. So this is the cut end, so this is the end that, well, both ends you want to get nice and airy. You can pick them apart by hand, and or you can put these through a picker. Now, pickers are not good for fine fibers, finer grade fibers. They are good for medium grade and coarse grade fibers. They will pull apart your fine fibers, so if you have a fine merino, you will not want to put it through a picker. You'll want to either pick it by hand or the other way I'm going to show you. So that would go through the carder, or you could take a brush like this. This is my cleaner brush for my carder. You can also use a dog flicker brush, which is very nice to use, and I don't have one here, or I would show you. So I'll take a section, make sure all the locks are sort of parallel to each other, and then I'll grasp it through my hand like this, and I take my middle finger and bring it over so it's locked nice and tight in place. So I take my little brush, and I don't brush it yet. I sort of just pat it to kind of get those fibers to come apart, and then I'll turn it over, grasp it, bring that middle finger over, and some may pull out, but I'll just put that in the pile to card. Okay, and now I may start brushing it more that way to open up those tips. Turn it over, grasp it with this sort of pincher grip, and then finger over. And again, I'm just going to start tapping. Turn it over and tap. And then I can get to a point where I can start brushing. So even though this fiber is absolutely stellar, you will you might get some neps only because they hide in the bottom, and you can look at my other video about where the neps hide. Okay, so that is ready for carding. That's beautifully open, prepared fiber. Now, and a lot of people say, gosh, that takes so much time, but if you're going to process at home, you just really need to take the time because you don't have the type of machinery that mills have. So you need to take that extra time, but believe me, it is totally worth it in the end. Okay, so let me show you how those go through the carder. So this is the Brother Supercard, and you can see the 3 drums. So it's 1, 2, and 3. One's a stripper, and one is a licker, and this is the main drum. The main drum is very fine cloth, so that's why you need to open up those fibers so it doesn't get stuck, so the gears don't work too hard to get the fiber through, and the pins don't bend. Alright, so I'm going to just lay some fiber on there, and of course you want to put it in a nice thin line, and I'm going to put 2 rows on. With any carder, even with manual carders, if you put stuff too thick and you have to really crank it, you're making the machine work very hard. So you have to kind of be careful with these electric carders. No matter what electric carder it is, you don't want to overload it, because then the motor's working too hard and you're overloading it. You can put them in sideways, straight, however you want. Sideways, it's going to create a loftier batt because it's a woolen prep, so you get more air in that way. If you want, you could put them in the other way, so I'll do it that way. And you can change the speed on these drums, so you can make it go faster or slower, however you want to. You know, you'll want to try to experiment with the fibers that you're using and see which speed is best. All right, there is another small section. With these carders, because they are electric, keep things away from the sides because things can get stuck in that that belt there. Believe me, I've gotten things stuck there before. So make sure your hair is tied back, your clothes are not, you know, maybe don't have loose sleeves, don't wear scarves or jewelry. Keep your kids away from this. Just like any industrial machine, you want to take your safety precautions. Be safe. If your hand gets stuck in that, oh baby, not a pretty sight. Alright, so here's my burnishing tool, and I just place it on top to pack the fibers down a bit. Put some more in there. These are the ones that I picked by hand, so I will put those through next. Pick them up a little bit more. And especially if you have fiber that is really curly, you want to make sure and open those locks really good, especially the ends, because they do stick together, and that's going to be the most difficult part for the machine to handle. Okay, so I'll stop this and I will pull the batt off and show you what it looks like. Okay, here's the batt, and I didn't fill up the whole drum because I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Alrighty, so pull that off. And it is so smooth and so beautiful, just with one pass. So again, don't get so hooked up on the 3-ounce thing, because if you want to card commercial type batts that you're in your home, this will totally do the trick. So that's really nice, and let's see if we can get a nice close-up of that. That's really pretty. All right, these run $4,000. It's free shipping in the U.S. You will get a $100 gift certificate from Camaj Fiber Arts during the next group sale. If you do purchase one, they are amazing. You will not get results like this from many other carders unless you put it through 3 or 4 times on a fine cloth, because the cloth is just very unique. All right, hey, thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.